No, can we take it?
Wait, that was the greeting. So that intro.
But then say, sure,
No, the fact that he started.
greetings, everyone.
So you wanna be different to everyone else? Okay, sure, go ahead, my man.
No, restart. We need to restart. Sorry, we're taking back from
I'm gonna take the greetings part now. Sorry, let me compose myself. Good day, everyone. My name is Benny Sujake. I'm the Supply Growth Manager at Kazang. I am Sotho, originally from the Free State.
Hi, I am Dakalo and I am the Field Marketing Manager, originally from Limpopo, and I am Venda.
Good day, beautiful people. My name is Olwethu Mbelu, affiliate betting growth manager here at Kazang, born and bred in Cape Town, and I'm Xhosa. Short table discussion about our cultural differences. First question at hand. What is a common misconception about your culture? Over to you, Dakalo. Ladies first. Or Ben, you want to take over?
Oh, actually, no, it's fine. Let's give it to the ladies first.
Okay, cool. The one thing is that apparently we are not South African. So everyone asks themselves, where is Venda actually? So Venda is in Limpopo. We are South African.
Cool. So I think us very much known as people from Lesotho. Well, they call it people from Lesotho. So so you have sort of different elements of Sotho. You know, you get your Tswanas, your North, your South. So the general misconception around Sothos is that we're all from Lesotho. In reality, no, we're not. And I think the whole misconception about we all wear blankets and that straw hats. No, we don't. So majority of us actually got a bit of fashion sense. But generally we at gatherings, and if there is some sort of ceremony that we are putting together, we would obviously put the attire. But yeah.
You know, Benny, it's very funny how you were classified coming from Lesotho. I get that a lot because I'm Xhosa. They generally think that I'm from Eastern Cape. They ask me, oh, so where in Eastern Cape were you born? No, I was born in Cape Town. Oh, really? So all of us, we are scattered all over South Africa. We do have family in Eastern Cape. We do go back and visit them every now and then, but not all of us Xhosa are born in Eastern Cape. Moving forward, second question. What is the significant cultural event or celebration in your heritage, and what does it mean to you? Over to you, my good sir.
Look, I mean, I think this may be a bit of not upsetting, but I mean, I think when a boy goes to the bush. So I think that event when he comes back, we obviously slaughter him, a sheep, in obviously celebrating his manhood and whatnot. And I think for me, that's always been one that is done every single year for a young teenager at the age of 18, 20. When they come back every single year, it's done in June, it's done, and in December as well. So a lot of Sotho people gather, family, relatives and whatnot. We celebrate that young boy going into manhood. It is a huge, massive celebration because I mean, within the community as well, we all kind of gather together and celebrate. So I mean, I think that's probably one of my highlights in terms of Sotho cultural celebrations. I do appreciate that.
Thank you, Benny, for giving us such meaningful insights. Do you want to go or should I go? Okay, so in my culture, the one thing that I like, it's funny how you mentioned one thing I was going to touch on. So I quickly just had to think on the spot. Traditional wedding. So one thing that I very appreciate about it is I was fortunate enough to attend one. My bigger brother had a traditional wedding, but obviously I won't know as to what exactly they do up until I myself get to experience that with my wife one day. But I value when the I think it was my brother's family when we had to give the wife to be a name, a different name obviously from her name that she was given, like her name on ID and all. So she was given a name that the family was now going to accept this young lady and cherish her. And obviously this name is not just given to someone you don't appreciate, someone you don't love. You need to love the person. You need to take the person now and accept it into your own family. And then this name must be an upbringing for her as a welcome gift into this name. And she must, in a way, I won't say it's a welcome gift into this name. And she must, in a way, I won't say uphold to this name, but represent where she's coming from and represent the new beginnings of her life and the journey that she's going to take on with her new.
Just a question on that. So I mean, would it
But
be somebody's? Is she named after a particular person within the family, or
okay,
is it always a name that's dedicated just for her?
so it's generally a name, or it's mostly a name that is dedicated for her.
Hmm.
Um, it would be Benny. It's so complex, man. Like it's not your common names that you name your child, your daughter. You know what I
Yeah,
mean, or you name um, a family member. It's a name.
it's a unique
It's a unique
name that
name that
she
has
just
a lot
obviously
of meaning. You know,
uphold. Yeah.
deep, closer, meaningful word. Yeah, and I value that so much because even like the process of them thinking on the spot for that name, it takes time. It has to be meaningful. It has to have some meaning. It has to carry weight. So already when before she even says I do, so we have the traditional wedding, and then for some, if they still want to, they can have a white wedding afterwards.
Yeah.
So before she even goes through the whole process of okay, cool, now I need to take on the responsibilities of my new family and all of that. She needs to uphold that name. The name itself, for me, it's just it's big, it's powerful.
Do you guys
It's a
also
lot.
have you also have names in Venda?
Yes, we actually do. And one you guys were sharing, I feel like I also just got the realization that we actually do share a lot in common when it comes to that because we also celebrate the same things. So we do have the name where if you are now getting married to a family, they give you a specific name for in that particular family. So that's what we also do when we have traditional, weddings and you have concluded your Lobola celebration. So that's the name they give you in that particular family.
I think what we also share in common is that the whole lobola factor as well. I mean, each culture obviously, when getting married, you need to obviously pay the we call it lobola fee,
It's a
not lobola.
dowry.
What is
Yeah, I think it's called a dowry.
it? In English, it's called a dowry. We call it lobola.
Yeah.
All right, next question.
Moving forward. So if you guys can tell me, how's your culture influenced your values and beliefs? How has your culture influenced your values and your beliefs? No rush. Take time.
I'll give you the mic.
Well, I think that's a very good one because I believe that everything stems from how you were raised and your cultural background. So, in my cultural background, we were raised to believe that you need to work hard, you need to go to school, you need to we are very conservative as a culture. So therefore, when you go out and when you grow up, then you sort of live up to those values. So that's something that has sort of shaped the values that I live right now.
So I think from our side, it's always been that thing when when growing up, it's your parents. I mean, your parents are always the first pillar. From a cultural perspective, those are the people that will obviously ground you and make sure that you behave in a certain way. But those are your first examples of an adult, basically. So, and I think at the stage that I am in, and as a parent, I'm able to basically reference to a lot of what I learned from my parents as well. So it's also that thing of us as Sutus, from a cultural perspective, we've got you need to have what we call ceremonies when let's say, God forbid, you had an accident when what you need to actually go do a ceremony where you slaughter a sheep and you hand it over as an offering. You go to the graveyards to your ancestors. You actually communicate with them. So there's a lot of those cultural elements where they only make sense now as a grown up, because back then it was like, why do I have to do this? Why are we making your 50 liters of mkomboti and whatnot? And I think only now these things make sense, because it's like I'm a parent now and I remember all of these things from my upbringing. Yeah, sure, I may not be practicing all of them, but both my parents are still alive, so I am still participating and still learning more. But yeah, so I mean, there's a lot that I think we've learned from our parents from a cultural perspective while growing up and still learning. I mean, yeah.
One thing I noticed, it sucks speaking last because everyone just touches on what you were going to say. But I see one big thing Dakalo also highlighted. We might be from different cultures, but we all kind of speak and we are shaping and we mean one thing, somehow it all intertwines.
Yeah.
What I will say on that question, I will go to this quote that says "Umntu ngumntu ngabantu," which basically means that um, no man is an island. So those are one of the beliefs and values I've taken in. Oh, that's a closer um, slogan or word, if I can say. So yeah, no man's an island. You can take that from, I don't know, from 6-year-old all the way. You grow with it. You learn to mix with people at a young age, and then it will take you far in life. Moving forward, how has your culture influenced the clothes that you wear?
Just my honest opinion. I'm gonna give Dakalo to answer this one first.
I'll tell you if you want to think of something so long.
Um,
You want to share? You can start.
I think, like I mentioned, we were raised to. Funny enough, our traditional clothing is stems from the Domba outfit, so it reveals, yeah, it reveals quite a lot. But with the years, as the years progressed, obviously things changed, but I think it's all up to an individual as well and how they were raised. But I think more conservative type of, yeah, that's what I would say. So
I was gonna say, actually, you see these hats. I was even given the name called the pick a blinder guy. So these hats, we usually give them to a young man who's just come from the bush. So he will wear this hat. He will wear a blazer, he'll wear a shirt, and just a formal pants with a formal shoe. So I'm sure you guys have seen quite a few, but it would be hard to notice. And sometimes they'll have like this brownish, thick, cream or lotion on their face, if I can say. So ever since I stepped into the phase of being a young man back then. So I was like, okay, cool. I like this new look, because I was always about streetwear. And ever since I was like, okay, no, but I can hang on to these hats. I can incorporate them with whatever outfit I'm wearing. So ever since, I've never stopped buying them. So I just chop and change. I keep them there. So yeah, this definitely influenced my what I wear.
So yeah, I think for me, from being Sotho, I mean, our dress sort of I call it culture, or it's always a blanket and straw hat, my man. When you literally see that's how you can tell a difference between a Xhosa guy and a Sotho guy. Literally, if there's a guy who's got a blanket on, whether it's literally here on the side or he just has it on one shoulder or he has it all the way, that there's no necessarily need for a straw blanket, but I mean a straw hat. But the fact that he's got a blanket, automatically he's Sotho. But I think for me, it's that thing of, because you wear it at specific point in times. There are guys that wear it from day in, day out. But for us, as obviously guys that need to go to work, go to meetings and whatnot, I can't go to a meeting wearing my blanket. So for me, it hasn't really changed much. I can wear it when I get home. It's just that thing of, you wear it when it's appropriate for you to wear it. Yeah.
Awesome. My following question is: what is the most important lesson you've learned from your cultural upbringing?
I'll answer this from. I'm not going to reference this to Sotho, and I think we can all relate in one thing. It's a
I was gonna say, actually, you see these hats. I was even given the name called the pick a blinder guy. So these hats, we usually give them to a young man who's just come from the bush. So he will wear this hat. He will wear a blazer, he'll wear a shirt, and just a formal pants with a formal shoe. So I'm sure you guys have seen quite a few, but it would be hard to notice. And sometimes they'll have like this brownish, thick, cream or lotion on their face, if I can say. So ever since I stepped into the phase of being a young man back then. So I was like, okay, cool. I like this new look, because I was always about streetwear. And ever since, I was like, okay, no, but I can hang on to these hats. I can incorporate them with whatever outfit I'm wearing. So ever since, I've never stopped buying them. So I just chop and change. I keep them there. So yeah, this definitely influenced my what I wear.
So yeah, I think for me, from being Sotho, I mean, our dress sort of I call it culture, or it's always a blanket and straw hat, my man. When you literally see that's how you can tell a difference between a Xhosa guy and a Sotho guy. Literally, if there's a guy who's got a blanket on, whether it's literally here on the side or he just has it on one shoulder or he has it all the way, that there's no necessarily need for a straw blanket, but I mean a straw hat. But the fact that he's got a blanket, automatically he's Sotho. But I think for me, it's that thing of, because you wear it at specific point in times. There are guys that wear it from day in, day out. But for us as obviously, guys that need to go to work, go to meetings and what, I can't go to a meeting wearing my blanket. So for me, it hasn't really changed much. I can wear it when I get home. It's just that thing of you wear it when it's appropriate for you to wear it.